Hi, welcome everyone to Pivot to Wholeness first live session. We're going to do our co-working session this morning and make progress on our literary works, our creative works, anything that's important to us. We're going to make some progress on it today. So as you come in, please state your name, or maybe you don't need to state your name, but please state what you're going to be working on. And in just a couple of minutes, we're going to start our co-working session. And how that will work is that we will introduce our work. I'll set the timer and we'll work for approximately 40 to 45 minutes. And then at the end, we'll give an update on the progress that we've made. And hopefully you'll come back next week and we'll do it again and make additional progress on that novel that we've wanted to work on, that blog post, that creative project. Maybe you are a visual artist and you wanted to dedicate some time to your visual art. Maybe you're a crafter and this is the only time that you have to really work on building your craft, making that work. So this is the time we dedicate to ourselves so that we can make progress on those passion projects. So as you come in, please let me know what you're working on, and we will start the timer in about 2 minutes. So give yourself a moment, grab a cup of coffee, some water, grab your project, get your work station all set up, and then we'll be ready to go. So some things that people wanted to know about the channel Pivot to Wholeness is, really what's it about? And what Pivot to Wholeness is about is looking at our lives through that holistic approach. Sometimes we just talk about wellness and we just talk about the physical traits of the body, the illnesses, the habits and strategies that we use to stay physically healthy. And maybe now we're looking a little bit more on psychological and mental wellness as well. And so we think about that and doing those self care rituals. We encourage people to see a therapist or a counselor or just talk to friends. But when I think about wholeness, I think of not just the mind and the body, but I also think about how we interact with the world, how we interact with nature, our friends, family, acquaintances, just humanity as a whole. I also think about how we uh, affect our intellectual capabilities, and are we interacting with our minds in our intellect and our intelligence and our curiosity. So I think of wholeness is also tapping into the things that make us smarter, brighter, happier, more interesting. And that's a definite pillar of who we are as an individual. But I also think about our vocations and the career that you choose or the hobbies that you choose, how you spend your time. Those are another portion of this wholeness uh, category that we don't really talk about. So, are you happy with your career? Are you anxious about your career? What is it that you want to do with the remainder of these years that you have on this planet? How do you occupy yourself? What are your passion projects? So, how do you incorporate that into your daily life? And I think that's really important. If we want to be a well person, we have to touch on all those different parts of who we are to be whole. So, I think that we are about 5 minutes after the hour. This would be a great time for us to set the timer and start working on your passion project. So, what I'm going to be working on today is I am going to finish a blog post that I was writing about artificial intelligence. And that is really important to me because there are a lot of people who are really concerned about how these new advances in artificial intelligence will affect their careers in their life. And I just want to share what we know so far about how artificial intelligence will affect not only manufacturing and other types of direct labor roles, but also knowledge workers. So, what we used to call white collar workers. Artificial intelligence will greatly affect how those people operate in the world and how their jobs will function. So, I'm doing some research on that and trying to understand how to share that with you and people who are concerned about artificial intelligence, their job, and also if they have children or younger people in their families, how those new technologies and robotic technologies will affect the choices that younger generations or people who are making a job pivot will make choices about what they choose to study and learn and become skilled at. So that's what I'll be doing working on that blog post. I'm going to set the timer for 40 minutes. And while we're doing that, I'm just going to put myself on. No, I'm not going to put myself on mute because I want you to hear what I'm doing. So you know that this channel is live. And I'm going to set the timer for 40 minutes. And then after that, I'll come back after I finish working on my passion project and we can share a recap on how we did. Did you make the level of progress that you wanted? Um, did this just give you some time to think and plan and strategize? And let us know how you did. So let's set this timer for 40 minutes. And we'll resume in just a few. So welcome anyone new to the live stream. We are in the midst of our co-working session. We are about 39, we have about 39 minutes left for this work session. And what we'll do is at the end of that 40-minute work session, we will share our progress. So as you come in, please enter into the comments what your goal is for this live session, and we will meet up in 39 minutes. And welcome anyone who has joined the live stream. Please enter into the chat what you'll be working on and what you plan to finish during this work session. We have about 27 minutes more for this section, and we're happy to have you share your plans. And at the end, we will come back and check in on our progress. Well, our Pivot to Wholeness live participants, our time is up. So I hope that you have been able to make progress on that passion project. And in the comments, I'd like you to tell me about how you did. What was the experience like for you? Were you able to make significant progress or the level of progress that is acceptable to you and pleases you? Did you choose the right project to work on with this amount of time that we'd set aside for today? So, for me, just to give you an update, I was able to complete my blog post. I added the images I wanted to add, and I posted that on my website, which is carolhudnellwrites.com. It is my Black Cat Garden blog, and I will put that information in the chat for you. I think I can do that. So you tell me what you were able to accomplish during this co-writing session. So were you able to complete your writing project? Were you able to get the number of words in that you intended? Were you able to complete that section of your artwork that you wanted to complete? If you were working on a craft, were you able to complete the craft or get it to a state where you're pleased with your progress? I know that there might have been some folks out there who are journaling. So, were you able to complete your thoughts and express your feelings and your gratitude or your concerns or whatever it is that prompted you to start writing in your journal? Were you able to express that on the page in the way that you wanted it to? So, I hope that you thought that this was a valuable time and that you're proud of yourself for dedicating this hour to your projects, the things that are important to you. I'm going to put my website address in here. And so if you'd like to see that blog post, you can see that on my site. I've got some kind of random things on there with my gardening experience, which is part of my wholeness experience. I've got some blogs about how to start the new year and how to start a new time period for us if you are doing a reset for your life. I have links to all of my YouTube videos there. So if you haven't seen them here, if you're not subscribed here on YouTube, you can go to my webpage and take a look at those videos. And then from there, subscribe to my channel. And I'm also really interested in what you'd like to see from my channel as I go forward. I'm a newer content creator and contributor, and so I'd like to hear what you are interested in, what videos you might like to see, or questions that you have about any subject: careers, artificial intelligence, life resets, this whole concept of wholeness. So please feel free, put that in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you, love your ideas. And if you're also a content creator, feel free to reach out to me for a collaboration and we'll see what we can do. I think on the horizon, I'm going to be sharing a couple of videos on some summertime fun activities. So if that's something that you're interested in, look back at my channel. You should see that within a few days. I'm going to have 40 things that you can do during the summer to make your summer great, get to that sense of wholeness, and just really have a fun summer. Even if you're still working, even if you still have that 9 to 5 or, multiple 9 to 5s and a side hustle, I'll have some ideas on what you could do this summer for yourself and also for your family so that you can have a really good experience this summer. Last thing I want to say is thank you for joining me today on the Pivot to Wholeness co-working session. I am going to have sessions every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And you're welcome to join us. Bring a new project, continue with that same project. The idea here is to help you dedicate some time for yourself to do those things that are important to you. So, whatever that might be, maybe it is just sitting here quietly for an hour and collecting yourself and giving yourself the permission to do that with a cup of tea or coffee or whatever you like to drink. Dedicate that time to yourself so that you can have a good experience. Because even stillness, I would consider a part of co-working and certainly a part of that whole concept of wholeness and pivoting to that instead of just that wellness philosophy. So some other things on the horizon are I'm going to do some more vlog type things to show you a little bit about my life and how I came to this idea of pivoting to wholeness. I'm also going to be spending a little bit more time talking about uh, lessons that we can learn from celebrities, from historical figures, and how we can apply those to our lives. So happy that you are here with me today. I'm going to give you back um, just a couple of minutes to your day. And thank you for joining me on Pivot to Wholeness. I'll see you next Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. You're live. I'll be putting that post up today. And please make sure that you click that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you know when I upload new videos, but also go to my live link and click that notify me button so you know the next time I go live next week. I'm also going to be updating a couple of podcasts, so you'll be able to share with our message here through podcast if you can't always watch a video. So thanks for your time today. See you next time on Pivot to Wholeness.